Hey guys, for the horizontal flexion extension for February, we're working on the Swissball crunch Cobra. If you don't have a ball, you can do the floor version, which is quite good. It just limits the range of motion. With the ball, you can go over the ball into extension in the crunch, and then for the Cobra, you can go past the floor, so you go over the ball as well into flexion. So it does increase the range of motion that you can strengthen through, and then the ball actually provides some support to do it. You can do the version with the rings and the standing Cobra like I've done in the past. I've just got this one in here because I feel it's quite useful, and most gyms that people are training at have got a Swissball, and if you don't have one at home, it is quite a good thing to have just to sit on. There's so many different things you can do with it. It is a tool that I'd recommend. I'll go through it on the ball, and then we'll do some on the floor as well, just to see how you can do that version. But here you've got the ball supporting the spine. One segment at a time comes back. If next week you can support it. When you come up, you're rolling the spine up one vertebra at a time. Now what's really important with these is that your tongue is on the roof of the mouth. You're stabilizing the neck, using that full range, rolling up. As you get better, you can go further over the ball or use a smaller ball, but make sure that you feel that that's nice and stable in the neck when you're doing it, that you're not just going back and straining too much. If it's a weak link, just support it. If you want to make this one harder, you just have the hands up above, or even out like that. And here's quite good, so you get that lengthening. Strengthening while you're doing that. Usually I use a minute each side, 6 smooth controlled reps, or even 4. Reversing the Cobra, coming down, breathing in as you come up. Breathing out, one vertebra at a time. You can bring the arms out to this position or to a Y. The I version is super hard. I don't encourage it because for most people, they're not going to have the lat range of motion or the trap strength to bring the arms up in an I, even myself. So look up, you can try and get the hands behind the head, so that you're not just compensating with the spine. So my tendency is to overuse the thoracic spine. Some people it's the lumbar spine, but not get that shoulder flexion, get that overhead position. And it is quite intense. So it's good to do a version that's not so heavy when you're correcting posture and when you're also stabilizing the joints. But they're quite good. If you're doing it on the floor, you just do the same thing, but obviously you're just going to flat. The benefit of the floor though is you get that real feeling of peeling yourself up off the floor and taking yourself down, which you can get on the ball, but just a little bit easier. So you're going one segment at a time. You can even do that nice lengthening, keep that upper back on to get that lat length, and then you peel your spine off. If you wanted to make it hard, you keep the hands above the head the whole time. And then doing the same here with the Cobra, peel your spine off. You can spot yourself to get the thoracic to move more. So people that are tight in the mid-thoracic, they can just do it to kind of there, because they find if they go further, they'll just overcompensate here. Otherwise you can go that wide position and try and lift yourself from the fingertips. It is pretty heavy though. The I version on this, again, is very heavy, so you want to make sure you're working at a range and working with a level that you're really encouraging good recruitment, not straining too much, so that way you're getting that nice tonic postural endurance response that you're after. 3 sets of those, film it if you want some feedback, get into it. It's a good one to tick off once a week, keep that flexion extension chain nice and healthy.